Class 8, let's continue the chapter number 1 of Civics, the Union Parliament, the Legislature. Okay, we all know that Rajya Sabha is a permanent chamber, permanent house, and one third of the total members are retired after every 2 years. So this means the term of Rajya Sabha is the members of Rajya Sabha is 6 years, right? Now come to the next topic, that is the quorum of the Rajya Sabha. So quorum means it's a minimum number of members required to be presented to conduct a meeting, to start a meeting of Rajya Sabha. So that's the quorum. So minimum means, or we can say 1/10 of, this point to be noted, 1/10 of its total members should be present before the meeting start, before the session of the Rajya Sabha, right? Starts. Okay, and we know that 250 is the total member of Rajya Sabha, right? So 1/10 of 250 means 25 members. So 25 members of Rajya Sabha should be presented before the meeting starts, right? Now next we have salary, allowances and MP's local area development scheme. Present, the members of parliament draw a monthly salary of 50,000, right? So per month they are getting 50,000 and a daily allowance of rupees 2,000 they are getting, right? So beside these, they are also entitled to accommodation in Delhi, means they are getting free rental houses, free rental charge, free travel allowances throughout India, and free 1,50,000 local calls in an year, along with the pension of rupees 8,000, right? So this we have talked about the salary and allowances of the MPs, or yes, member of parliaments. Now come to the Lok Sabha, the lower house, or we can say Lok means, it's a Hindi word, that's a people. So we also call it the people's house, or the house of people, right? The Lok Sabha is the house of people. It is also known by lower house or the popular house. Now come to the composition of the Lok Sabha. Next is composition of the Lok Sabha. So composition means the total strength. Strength, that means total number of members of Lok Sabha. So there are, see, the effective strength is 552. 552 seats are there, but at present there are 545 members in Lok Sabha, out of which 543 are directly elected, from the states and from the union territory. So 543 are directly elected by UAF. UAF is Universal Adult Franchise, right? And other two are nominated by the president and to represent the Anglo-Indian community, and that too must belong to or they belong to Anglo-Indian community. Universal Adult Franchise. So universal adult franchise means the person who is 18 years or above can vote in election, because he or she is a voter of that country, of that constituency, and he or she has right to vote in elections to elect the representative to the parliament and the state legislatures. If the person is only 17 years or below 17, or 17 years and 11 months only, then he or she is not a member of or not a part of universal adult franchise, right? So this universal adult franchise is very important term. So that means the Indian person who is 18 years or above 18 age can be a voter to elect their representative, to choose their representative to the parliament and the state legislatures, without any discrimination on the grounds of caste, creed, colors, religion, or belief, etc. Now, next we have qualification of Lok Sabha member. Lok Sabha members, that the person must be a citizen of India. He should not be alien. Alien means foreigner, right? Should not hold other countries' citizenship. So that person must be a citizen of India. Second, the age should be 25 years of age or above, not below 25 years, right? And should have possess that qualification as prescribed by the law of the parliament, and he or she should be registered as a voter in any of the parliamentary constituencies. Now, disqualifications: under what conditions or under what circumstances the person be disqualified? The person can be disqualified. Number one, if he is an alien. Alien means foreigner. If he is not a citizen of that country, if he is a foreigner or alien, then he cannot be qualified as a member of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Second, we can say that if the person is holding office of profit, so office of profit at the center or a state, that means if the person becomes the member of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and as well as he is holding a government office at the same time, then the person cannot hold two offices at the same time. So we called it office of profit. In that case also, the person can be disqualified. If the person is of unsound mind, and next is undischarged insolvent, means if he or she is unable to discharge his or her work properly, right? And if he or she is proclaimed offender or criminal, right? So these are the circumstances under which the candidate can be disqualified to become a member of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Can say these are the conditions under which a person can be disqualified, right? Now, next to the term of Lok Sabha, as we all know, the term of Lok Sabha is 5 years, right? So, but it can be dissolved earlier also by the president on the recommendations of the Prime Minister, as happened with it's given here, 11th and the 12th and the 13th Lok Sabhas, which were dissolved on 4th December 1997, 26th April 1999, and the 6th February 2004 respectively. So the term is 5 years, but that Lok Sabha, it can also be dissolved before 5 years, before their term, right? So during a proclamation of emergency, the Parliament, Lok Sabha, can extend its own term by 1 year at a time. Clear? The extension cannot continue beyond 6 months after the proclamation of emergency has ceased to exist. So during proclamation of emergency, during some national emergency or any other emergencies, the Parliament can extend its own term for how many years? For only 1 year at a time. But this extension should not continue or cannot continue beyond 6 months after the proclamation of emergency has ceased to exist. Now next, leader of the House and leader of opposition. Both terms are very important. Leader of the House means the Prime Minister is the leader of the House. In this capacity, he is given a special seat on the Treasury benches. So leader of the House means the leader of ruling party. That means Prime Minister. Now next, leader of the opposition. The leader of the second largest political party in the House is recognized as a leader of opposition, provided the party has at least 1/10 of the total membership of the House. So, under the leader of the Opposition Act of 1977 AD, he or she enjoys the same status and facilities as are enjoyed by a cabinet minister. So, leader of opposition is equally important because leader of opposition keeps asking the questions related to public importance, public grievances, and that leader of opposition is very important, plays very important role, and leader of opposition means the leader of that largest party, second largest party, or the non-government party, we can say, which is not on the ruling status, right? So he has equal status and equal power uh, as like a cabinet minister, right? So leader of opposition has that right and has that power to question the ruling government and make them accountable, through which that ruling party come to know about what they have done on the current or on the welfare of the people. They come to know about what is wrong, what is right, and what they have done or what they haven't done. So the leader of opposition has equally enjoys equal status and the facilities enjoyed as are enjoyed by a cabinet minister. Speaker of Lok Sabha. So Speaker and the Deputy Speaker both are elected amongst its member. Its member means Lok Sabha member, right? So in absence of Speaker, the Deputy Speaker will take his office, and the function of Speaker is to presides over the meeting. Now come to the role, functions and powers of the Speaker. The 17th Lok Sabha Speaker is Mr. Om Birla, it's written here, and the Speaker presides over the meeting of the Lok Sabha. And not only that, he or she discharges other following functions like number one, it's written there, following functions. Number one, Speaker regulates the proceedings and debates in the House. He or she decides whether the bill is money bill or ordinary bill, and Speaker also decides he or she allows the strangers to the galleries of the House. And strangers means press, correspondence, or media, right? And the Speaker maintains the order or discipline in the House. And the Speaker has right to disqualify a member under the anti-defection law, right? So now what is anti-defection law, that will come to know in the next video. And till then, bye.